Good evening, Fantasy Fanatics. It's been a long 2 weeks, but we're here at you tonight to provide you the best fantasy picks for this upcoming weekend. Curtis, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Brian Smith got carried away by another football game. He won't be able to make it tonight, but he may join us in a future broadcast. We're going to get started down and dirty. We got over our shoulder Major League Baseball Wild Card National League getting ready to come up. It's going to tip at 19:08 Central Standard Time. Do you know what that means?
Who are you going with?
19:08 Central Standard Time. That's military time. Why is that important?
Doesn't ring a bell. Can you tell me?
You know what? That's the last time the Cubs won the World Series.
My math is correct. That's a long time.
It is a long time. And Curtis, who do you got?
I'm a big Cards fan,
Go Cardinals.
so I would like to see the Cubs win just so we can battle it out. So yeah, I think
I'm going to have to go with the Bucks. That's not going to be very popular with Eric Schlesselman, but I think the Pirates are going to pull it out. Curtis, start us off with the QB pick for the week.
QB this week. I try to pick someone who may still be available, but truth is this guy might be taken already. But Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers.
Guy that gets the ball out quick, playing a tough Steelers defense that's going to blitz a lot. So I think him getting a quick release, attacking the blitz, I think he's going to be putting up some big
All right,
numbers.
Phillip Rivers. I'll tell you what, running back one, I'm going to go with Carlos Hyde. He's still a value pick. They're at New York Giants. The Giants are 25th against the run. Carlos, he hasn't had a good couple of weeks. Had a very good week one. He had a good week one because I didn't pick him then. So I'm going to pick him now and put the curse on him. But Carlos Hyde for running back number one.
I like it.
Who you got for running back number two?
Justin Forsett, Baltimore Ravens, playing against maybe a questionable run defense in Cleveland. So I look for him to be a pretty big player this week.
And that's another value pick on your daily fantasy, boys and girls. Wide receiver one, DeAndre Hopkins. I hate to say this, filming from Indy, but they're going up against the Indy secondary that's been battered. Kind of been on their heels a little bit. Houston had a rough game last week. They're going to come out firing the ball, and DeAndre Hopkins is going to be the reciprocal. He's going to be big money this week.
All right, go for it. Receiver number two. A couple guys I like out of the New York area, but Lord have mercy, I'm not going to touch that one, if you get what I mean. So I'm going to go with Marvin Jones with Cincinnati. I think he's going to have a big game. Andy Dalton's been playing solid. I think they're going to keep throwing the ball and feeding him.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I am going to go up to the Northeast and say wide receiver number three, Justin Edelman. You know, you can't go wrong with Tom Brady, and Justin Edelman has been receiving tons of passes. He may not have tons of touchdowns. He's going to get a lot of catches and a lot of yards after the catch. And they're at Dallas, which we saw last week is kind of in a state of fluctuation. So Justin Edelman, wide receiver number three.
I like it. Tight end, Crockett Gilmore. Now, I've picked him before.
I'm sorry, who?
Crockett Gilmore.
Yes.
Gilmore. I can spell it if you need me to. Picked him before, didn't pan out quite as much as I hoped for, but along with Justin Forsett, being on the same team, I think a running game is going to balance the passing game. So anytime that's going to happen, I think you're going to see a balanced offense. So I look for them to get
I like the name too. The name just rings out. I'm going to score a touchdown this weekend. For flex, I'm going to go with the tried and true Larry Fitzgerald. A little bit of an off week last week. He's going to rebound this week. They're at Detroit. Detroit, I think, has just thrown in the white flag. Had a tough week. Tough call last night. I guess it was 2 nights ago. Anyway, Larry Fitzgerald's averaging 27.1 points per game, and he's going to make a comeback this week.
Kicker, Mason Crosby.
I like that. Solid pick.
It's a solid pick. It's hard not to go with a guy on an offense like that is going to be in position to kick a lot of field goals, extra points. He's safe. He's solid.
I like it. And for the defense, I'm going to go with who got you there, and that's going to be the Broncos. They've got to be closing in on the number one defense in the league. And it may be a homer pick. I knew you couldn't get by 1 week without that. But they're at Oakland. Oakland's not that strong. So we're going to go with the Broncos for your defensive
Might
league.
be
Now,
legitimate.
It will be. The orange will roll again this week. So Curtis, let me ask you ready for the wild card pick?
Give it to me.
All right, what you got for us this week, Graham?
Running back.
Running back. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go with Devonta Freeman. And I say Devonta because it ends in an A, and I'm not sure how he pronounces it, but he's a beast for Atlanta. And I think he's going to keep on rolling. They're playing a Washington team that's, I don't think, going to be able to stop him. Even though they're number one. Who you got?
There are a lot of people that I could pick right now, but because I chose a running back in our league, I'm going to go with Justin Forsett again and just spiral into it. That's how much confidence I have.
Well, I think that's a pretty good pick.
So that's what I go with.
I really hope to say that the last thing I want to talk about is our own fantasy league that we're in.
Can we cut?
Not going to cut just yet. Last week, if you didn't notice on our Twitter, me and Curtis played each other. 89 points.
I've had a bit
59!
I've had a bit of an injury bug.
Number one, only undefeated team in our league so far, 4-0. Just like the Broncos, like the Patriots, I'll bring it home. So Curtis, can you think of something that goes with what I just served you up and would make it that much better?
The league, there are plenty of games left. I don't think you're going to go undefeated the whole time.
I think I will. We may run a side wager on that, boys and girls.
We'll see.
Curtis, you got something to take us home with? I'm feeling a little hungry, haven't ate yet.
Let me tell you what I cooked this morning for breakfast. Oatmeal, cinnamon, a little bit of pure vanilla extract, bananas on top. Put it in the broiler, crusted the bananas. It was pretty good. It was pretty hearty.
I was not invited to breakfast, but you know what I have?
Early for you.
I think this right here.
Tell me about that IPA.
Oscar Blues IPA. It's a little bit different than the Pinner Throwback IPA, which is one of my favorites. But I believe this delicious golden beer would go well with the breakfast you just described. So I'll tell you what, boys and girls, follow us on Twitter at PH_fantasy and PH_fantasy for Instagram. That's PH_PHANTASY. Curtis, any closing remarks? What do you got on the game tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cubs.
Go with the Cubs, and I'm going to go with the Bucks. Folks, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining in.